At least 11 people have lost their lives in the United States as once-in-a-generation freezing winter weather hammers the southern states. More than 150 million Americans are now under winter storm warnings, and officials have declared a state of emergency in Texas. Angelica Casas sent this from San Antonio.
The winter weather in Texas started out as fun.
Power went out in the heights, so I'm gonna freeze my butt off. Might as well be out in the snow.
But this dreamy scene soon turned into a nightmare, with temperatures dropping to 0 Fahrenheit across the state. That's minus 17 Celsius. Power supplies have failed, leaving over 4 million people without electricity. This man's house froze up, forcing him to drive 30 miles to Houston to find a hotel for him and his family.
Got a newborn, just trying to find a hotel and trying to find a place to stay. We called several hotels, everybody was just booked up.
Many have been left to fend for themselves. Rolling blackouts have been put in some areas of the state to keep power for hospitals, police, and fire stations.
Texas isn't used to the fury of a cold winter. I've been seeing people put food outside to freeze instead of in the freezer, charging their phones in their vehicles, and even spending the night in their turned-on cars just to stay warm. But the state is the biggest energy producer, so many families are telling me that they're upset that Texas didn't prepare in advance for the freezing temperatures that we're seeing now.
Local officials say they're doing their best to get back on track, especially during this pandemic.
The Harris County Public Health Department building lost power. At that location, we had 8,430 Moderna vaccines. So we got to work under the mission to avoid losing those vaccines with the loss of power.
There have been hundreds of road crashes in Texas and in other states too. The National Weather Service says this abnormal weather is down to a cold outbreak that's come through from the Arctic. It says nearly 73% of the United States is covered in snow right now, and the cold snap will stay for another week. Angelica Casas, BBC News, San Antonio.